vacation property.
He's renting it out.
But he's renting in Vancouver.
Oh.
That sounded crazy to me, but.
But he must teach, he must have students.
Yes, a little bit, yeah.
For some reason, it's taking long to connect a video to YouTube the last couple of days, so I thought there was something wrong, but it finally connected. So I'm going to switch over to curtain music, Damian,
Yeah.
and you will be live.
Awesome. Oh man. That's the thing I hate about singing. I can never remember any lyrics. How do people who sing remember? Like Clark's amazing for that.
I
He
know,
just
he remembers a million tunes, yeah.
I can remember two, it seems like.
That's what you really need the tom for, right?
And sometimes I have two toms, which is even better. Okay, thanks.
But you don't need it for an asteroid,
Those are the good old days.
And the beer holder on the side, too. Right.
Oh yeah. Let's make some music. 1, 2. Oh yeah, I could just sit here doing that all night. We'd like to thank you for tuning in to WKRP in Victoria. Coming to you live and funky off the stages of Herman's Jazz Club. Independent broadcasting since 1983. Tonight you're listening to Mr. Joey Smith on the guitar. Woo! Yeah, Joey! We have Dr. Tony Genge on the organ. The man with the wet reeds, the good wood, Mr. Al Pease on the tenor saxophone. I know why I waited, know why I've been blue. Pray each night for someone exactly like you. Why should we spend money on a show or two when no one does those love scenes exactly like you? You made me feel so grand, I wanna hand the world to you. You seem to understand each foolish little scheme I'm scheming, dream I'm dreaming. Now I know why my mother taught me to be true. She wanted me to meet someone exactly like you. You made me feel so grand, I wanna hand the world to you. You seem to understand each foolish little scheme I'm scheming, dream I'm dreaming. Now I know why my mother taught me to be true. She wanted me to meet someone exactly like you. Exactly like you. Why should we spend money on a show or two when no one does those love scenes exactly like you? You make me feel so grand, I wanna hand the world to you. You seem to understand each loose little scheme I'm scheming, dream I'm dreaming. Now I know why my mother taught me to be true. She wanted me to meet someone exactly like you. You make me feel so grand, I wanna hand the world to you. You seem to understand each foolish little scheme I'm scheming, dream I'm dreaming. Now I know why my mother taught me to be true. She wanted me to meet someone exactly like you. 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 Yeah. Just like the album.
Sure.
Just like how we rehearsed it.
Yeah. We rehearse?
That's nice. That's a good groove. Nice. Let's do it again. Yeah, we're going to do that again. That felt so good. That's the problem as a musician. Sometimes you do one tune and it feels so good you just think, why do anything other than that for maybe the rest of the night? Except there's an audience. We can't see you, but we can feel you. Thank you so much for showing up and tuning in, checking out some music. We hope you have a great time with us. We're having a good time. There's no pressure, though. You don't have to have a good time. You can have a terrible time. That's up to you. It's totally cool. But I encourage you to have fun. We're going to have fun. We'll lead by example. A little Broadway?
Sure.
We'll do a little peppy swing tune entitled Broadway. Who did you say you heard do this? Is this?
How fast?
Yeah, but is this Benny Goodman?
No, Goodman never played this tune.
Basie did it.
Yeah.
Count Basie, Broadway. Yeah.
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We're going to take it easy on ourselves and play that a little slower, but I think we played it faster.
Well, now that we're warmed up,
All right.
we've got to blow the cobwebs out of this thing. You know, it doesn't get used very much anymore.
We'll do Tangerine.
Spiders are making their home in my saxophone.
Al's a bit worried. He wants to apologize profusely. There's spiders crawling out of his saxophone. It's been so long since he's played it. You know, I remember one time, Al, as a young bragging man on a set break, and I said to you, Mr. Pease, it's a crazy month. I've got 25 gigs this month. I'm so busy. And you looked at me and you're like, oh, that's a lot. And he goes, yeah, I've got 38. I was like, 30?
Good old days.
I was like, there's only 30 days in a month, so... And there's only like 4 weekends. Like, how do you...
I remember doing 4 gigs in one day once.
4 gigs
I
in one
made 'em
day.
all.
That's insane.
I just never put my instruments away. I just threw in the back of the seat.
That's one thing I've noticed lately with the pandemic. So I was playing so often before, 4 or 5 nights at least a week, and then now it's 4 or 5 times a month.
A month.
Yeah, and it's like, I have to practice now. I go home, I'm like, I better keep some chops together.
That's what I got to start doing.
Practicing.
Yeah, God. I hate practicing. I guess
I have all these students, I'm like, you have to practice each day. And then now I'm like,
now you're not doing
I have to look in the mirror. You have to practice each day.
So what are we doing? Tangerine?
Yeah, some
Margarine?
margarine.
Okay. How are we going to do this? Straight in?
Yeah, straight in, you can.
1, 2, 1.
All right. That was Tangerine, or as Al calls it, Margarine.
With your icky. There's words, there's whole words about it.
The next tune we're going to do is called Watermelon Man.
Okay.
I'm going to have a drink of watermelon juice.
That's what's missing from you.
Now, this is one of the tunes, when I was first learning how to play drums, my dad was a musician, played piano, and I only knew this beat.
Close enough.
And because he's my dad and kind of obliged to put up with everything I did, he would play along songs to that beat, and we'd play Watermelon Man a lot. And there's another tune, Mercy, 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 Joe Zawinul tune that I'd make him play endlessly. And my little brother played drums too, so we kind of tag team our old man. And he must have been exhausted because it'd be like an hour of jamming this one tune called Mercy, Mercy, Mercy. And I think he was begging for mercy by the end. But anyways, I love these old tunes, these kind of 60s. Were they even called funk tunes? What would you call it? Like a boogaloo?
Woody Herman recorded this.
Everyone had a different name. It depended who you talk to. I don't think musicians, we don't usually care what it's called. We just go, oh, yeah, that kind of
Woody
groove.
Herman's band did a good recording of this too, in the 60s.
Yeah. I remember in the early 90s, they started calling all this 60s kind of funk stuff, it was called acid jazz. Do you remember that? They just took out all these old albums that were already there, and they're like, we're going to rename it. It's not jazz, because that wasn't selling at all in 1990. They're like, acid jazz.
Wow.
And someone in a corporate office went, that's a great idea, Jeff. Let's go with that. And then acid jazz was born, and then I remember me and all these other musicians were like, this isn't anything new. It's the same stuff we were playing before. But now, actually, there's people in the audience. So, yeah, sure, it's acid jazz now, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Call it macaroni.
Yeah.
We get paid at the end, right? Okay, this is some Watermelon Man. Are you going to start this out, Al?
I'll play that 4-bar intro. Oh, we all play it.
Awesome.
1, 2, 3.
Thank
Watermelon Man. And we did the old school style fade out. Before they invented the knob, musicians used to have to just actually be able to play quieter and quieter and quieter and quieter and quieter till it faded out. And then I guess about the 60s, someone invented the knob and musicians didn't have to learn how to do that anymore. It's a true story. That's a fact. You can fact check that. It's on Wikipedia.
It's gonna take it to the bank. How'd you like to-
And that one goes out to my dad because I used my dad's tambourine. And it's like, when I inherited, not a lot of stuff, but I inherited a tambourine and this gray tie.
All right.
And for a musician, that's actually really useful.
Yeah, you're right.
My siblings, they didn't, I don't know what they're doing with their tambourines and their ties, but there's a lot of ties. My dad had a problem. My dad had a tie problem. Oh, yeah. That was awesome. Well, we got, how about Christopher Columbus?
Sure.
Who does Christopher Columbus? Who's that originally by?
I know Fats Waller sang it,
Oh, yeah?
because what is it? Christopher Columbus, he sailed without a compass.
Christopher Columbus. He sailed without a compass. You wouldn't do that anymore. What was he thinking? But then look what happened.
He made it.
He made it. Just go that way for a while.
Okay, we go straight in?
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I can believe he didn't have a compass. He thought he ended up in India.
That's right. He thought North America when he landed here was India.
He thought he was in India.
And that's why
He was close.
Yeah.
he was close.
He did see some Indians.
That's why the
Back home.
people from India are Indians, and then there were Indians here, and he thought that's why that whole problem started right there. He started a lot of problems. You know what? I think a lot of problems could have been solved if he had a compass. I think a lot of problems started without that compass.
When he couldn't get a curry, he knew he was in the wrong place.
Yeah, you'd think, yeah, you'd go, do you have butter chicken? And they'd be like, no. He'd be like, what kind of India is this? He had no idea about India, probably. He'd never even been, I guess.
That's right.
Because for surely you would notice the difference between, would have been the shores of New York, Manhattan Island there. Subtle differences between that and Mumbai.
Yeah, that's right.
He'd never been.
Yeah.
That's, I don't know, that could not, we're just making this up. That, I have no clue about anything to do with history. I don't even know what happened 5 minutes ago.
They've torn his statue down.
Did they take his statue down?
Yeah, they got back everybody's mad at him.
Well, he's in trouble.
I don't know.
Unbelievable.
He should have had a compass.
There you go.
Just should have.
Maybe they put one up in India.
I wonder if they'll melt those statues down. There's a lot of good brass in there. They could make some nice symbols.
Yeah.
Christopher Columbus symbol.
Yeah.
Let's do Radiohead. Speaking of Christopher Columbus and forgetting your compass, let's do this Radiohead song called High and Dry.
Okay.
Al's never heard this song.
No.
I said it's a new song, and then I realized I think it's from about 1990.
That's new.
But that's new. Al's like, that's new. Anything after 1958, 1940, I was like, this is brand new.
Yeah.
I have that happen all the time. There's all these drummers who are my age, and I'll show my students them, and I'll be like, this new guy. He's amazing. Like Eric Harland and Gregory Hutchinson and all these young, what I thought were young guys, but they're the same age. We're almost 50 now. We're
Well, there
nothing.
you go.
It does happen, doesn't it?
Time waits for no one.
Yeah. Oh boy. I'm dropping sticks. It's too far to reach down now.
Yeah, I got good news for you. It gets worse.
I'm having a hard time bending over, and Al's just telling me, don't worry, I've got good news for you. It just gets worse from here.
Yeah.
Man, losing your vision. Anyways, I'm just so grateful to be above ground and playing with these absolute amazing musicians. I'm so blessed to be working with them. They're guys I watched when I was a little kid and then always wanted to play with, and now I guess I'm an old man and I'm playing with them. And
That makes us.
Yeah.
makes
Yeah. I don't wanna-
you're old men. We're all part of the old man category.
Yeah.
That's a nice thing. Once you get to about 40, you're just an old person to the end, right?
Yeah, pretty
Whereas
much.
before, there's all the, oh, you're preteen, you're teenager, you're 20s, and then after that, it doesn't, no one cares. They're just, you're old now. I kind of realized that my daughter had to get glasses once, and they're like, the doctor's talking about all these radical surgeries they can do. They can shoot a laser, bounce it off a mirror off the moon, hits a satellite in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and then cures her eye vision. And I was like, well, you know, I'm having trouble with my eyes. Is there anything you can do about that? And he looked at me and just said, well, how old are you? And I said, well, I'm 40. And he goes, well, that's why.
Yeah.
That was his mental. You're 40, so that's what it gets you. It's your
when you
fault.
start wearing glasses. That's right.
I got very little sympathy from that ophthalmologist. That's okay. Anyways, I need readers. That's what the whole
Yep.
readers.
40. That's the age.
1, 2, 3. Two jumps in a week. I bet you think that's pretty clever, don't you, boy? flying on your motorcycle, watching all the ground beneath you fall. You'd kill yourself for recognition. You kill yourself to never ever stop. You broke another mirror. You're turning into something you are not. And don't leave me high. Don't leave me dry. Don't leave me high. Don't leave me dry. Drying up in conversation, you will be the one who's all sussed out. All your insides fall to pieces. You just sit there wishing you could make love. They're the ones who hate you when you think you got the world all sussed out. They're the ones who spit at you. You'll be the one who's screaming out. Don't leave me high. Don't leave me dry. Don't leave me high. Don't leave me dry. It's the best thing you've ever had. It's the best thing you've ever had, and it's gone away. It's the best thing you've ever had. It's the best thing you ever had, and it's gone away. And don't leave me high. Don't leave me dry. Don't leave me high. Don't leave me dry. Don't leave me high. Don't leave me dry. Nice. That's our modern song, our most modern song we'll play tonight.
You're not kidding.
That's nice. Good work, guys. Hey, Al, do you want to take? Well, you can take a break for a song. Don't go far.
I won't go down to the
Don't-
corner for a beer.
Don't get too crazy. Yeah, remember the good old days? You'd have a set break. You could go to the bar next door.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, that's not true.
It's not
My tune is more modern because it's all about the pandemic.
Actually, thank goodness we have a doctor here, because Tony pointed out that the song we're about to play now is actually our most modern song. It's called Funkademic, written during the pandemic. And I didn't do a lot of help on this song. I probably hindered it mostly, but the song I came up, I named it.
That's right. Yeah. And you get half the royalties.
I get half the money, Tony said, and you all heard that. So we just need. If this became like the theme to a show. That's right. If you're writing a pandemic show right now, please think of this tune.
We're the band.
We're the band for the job. We know about being locked up, cooped up. Want to count us in, Tony? Yeah, man. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I'm sweating now. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Hey Al, you want to come back up? Oh, let's do. We got time for a couple more tunes. We're gonna bring Al Pease back up. That's your daily exercise.
Oh, that's it for me, man. I'm done.
You're gone. If you had an Apple Watch, you would have filled one of your little rings. You go,
Yeah.
bing. Good
Old
work.
rocking chairs got me. Cane by my side.
Yeah, let's do Body and Soul.
Sure.
We're gonna do a nice old tune, Body and Soul. I remember another thing. I remember Al asking you, "Is that a gig? Is at Swans?" I remember saying to you on a break, I said, "Al, man, you sounded amazing on that song. I can't believe how great you play it." And you're like, "Oh, thanks." And you said, "Well, I've been playing clarinet since I was 6, and at the time you were 76 at the time. You're like, and I'm 76 now, so I should be pretty good." And then I kind of went, "Yeah, you could be a little better considering it's been 70 years. Kind of slacking a bit."
If I'd have practiced, it might have helped.
But that is like, is it Ben Webster yet? You had a Ben Webster album, right?
Oh, yeah.
I remember you told me I had this. You said you had a Ben Webster album, and you wore the track out.
That was the Coleman Hawkins.
Coleman Hawkins.
Yeah, Body and Soul. I wore that track out.
Like that's how you learn. I remember I had a Keith Jarrett Standards on VHS,
Yeah.
and we'd go along really great until they started trading fours with the drummer.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'd rewound it so many times it'd get all warbly, like teen 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 teen. I'd watched it so much. Yeah, that's it. You can't wear things out anymore. I guess that's the good part of digital. You can't wear the MP3 out.
They'll last forever.
All right, this is a tune, Body and Soul. Count us in.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
I love that part, that coming out of the bridge, that last A.
Yeah. I'm just a prisoner of love. That's the name of that tune.
Just a prisoner of love.
It fits right in. I'm just a prisoner.
The amazing Alpies. Awesome.
Thank you.
Though he's not that good. I mean, he's in his 80s. It should be good by now.
I'm way past my best by date. Way past.
I love that. That made me laugh so hard. I was like, well, okay, yeah, just. I've used that line lots of times. People are like, you sound really good. I'm like, I should. I've been playing for. If it's not going to happen now, when will it?
Well, yeah, it gets to a point then I think it starts to go the other way.
We got time for one more tune. I can't. This has gone way too fast. We're gonna. Yeah.
I think it should be back to the chicken shack.
We got to do Back to the Chicken Shack. That's what we're gonna do.
I think.
I played this a lot. Like, this is one of the first tunes I learned when I was 17 in a professional band. My first. It was like, do you know Chicken Shack? If you didn't know Chicken Shack, you weren't allowed on the stage to jam. That was kind of.
There you go.
That's right, you should play this really well, though, if you learned it when
I should play this. Yeah, Tony just pointed out. Don't set yourself up too much. People will be like, that's not good. You never want to build it up. I always say that to people. Sometimes you get introductions when you're a musician. Someone will come on stage and they've researched your career heavily and they start highlighting everything you do and they're really, really building you up. And you're sitting in the back going, oh my, how am I supposed to go on now?
Yeah, how are you going to live up to that?
Yeah, there's no way I could live up to what you just said.
Right.
Anyways. Oh, I need my sticks. You need sticks for this.
Key of G, eh?
G?
Yep. Straight in.
Anyways, we'd like to thank you all for tuning in, and you can, of course, follow their little cues on the bottom to donate to the Arts on View Society. You can support the club. You can donate to them, and we know they need it. And you can donate to us musicians if you liked it. You can feel free to donate as much or as little money as you want. And if you didn't like us, that option's still available. You know, we're all inclusive. So if you liked it or hated it, we will still take your money. Because that's just the kind of people we are. Anyways, we do hope you've enjoyed it. You're listening to Tony Genge on the organ, Mr. Joey Smith on the guitar, and Mr. Al Pease on the reeds. My name's Damian Graham. I'm hitting some drums, obviously. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, checking it out. We hope we brought a little light into your life and hope you had as much fun as we've had. I don't want to stop, but we have to. It's the laws. Oh, and big thanks to Tom Bowler, who's running our sound, making us sound good. Thanks, Tom. He's in the back. He's waving and clapping. You can't. He's yelling now. That's great. But he yelled in the control. He wasn't, like, shooting a lot of aerosols out. It was just a controlled, good show. But thank you, and do stay safe, and we can't wait to see you again when you're in the club. Right now, it's just a lot of tables. I'd like to build it up into a magnificent story, but it's not. It's just a bunch of chairs sitting there. Soon, though. Soon. Are you in line to get vaccinated? No?
5 months from now.
5? Al, are you?
that?
Are you going to get vaccinated first? You must get first dibs.
Well, I haven't heard anything, but
No one's phoned you?
no,
Bonnie Henry didn't ring you up?
no. When it's available, I'll get it.
That's why I'm waiting, looking at my call display going, and it just lights up Bonnie Henry. Hello?
Yeah, that's right.
It's your turn. I'm there. Where are you at?
Yeah.
Don't worry, Damien. Just stay there. I'm coming over. I know where you live. And she just comes to my house and just, don't.
There you
Thank you. And just gets back. She's in my imagination right now. She's on a little cool Vespa scooter, and she just zips off, throws her little Parisian scarf over her shoulder.
Like Santa Claus, kind of.
Like Santa Claus, but with a scooter and a Parisian scarf. Otherwise identical to Santa Claus. Anyways, thank you so much. I should let Al count as I don't want to be a pig.
I'll just give you 1, 2.
Yeah.
Because I take the pig. 1, 2.
All right. Thank you all so much again. Take care. We'll see you again soon. Thanks. Yeah, band. That's fun, guys.
Well, that went so quickly though.
Isn't that fast?
Didn't we have like 20 more tunes?
No. We had 30 more tunes to play, but that's an hour and 15. Isn't that crazy? Oh, boy. That's the problem. We're having too much fun. Yeah. Nice work, guys. Thanks for putting all the time in and coming out.
Oh, it's so nice to play with you guys. Get to play live, see live people and all that. So great.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of staring at my walls in my house.
Did you try putting pictures up on the walls?
They're all my own paintings.
Thanks so much, Tom.
Tired of looking at them.
Appreciate it, man. Sounded great up here.
Yeah, he's a painter. Do you look at your own paintings though?
Yeah. I got a bunch of them. A whole bunch of them saved up now. I got my name in a couple of places to put them up as soon as they contact me.
Nice.
Maybe I can sell a couple. Not that I'm jumping up and down and selling them. Can't keep them. All my walls are. I run out of wall space in my house.
That's awesome. Thanks, Tony.
Oh, Damian, pleasure. As always, love to play with you guys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the lineup.
Yeah, we should, when this is all finished and done, we should do a little, get together and record something.
Oh, yeah.
The originals.
I want to do that. Funkademic too.
Well, you sound so good on it.
Well, we just have to. I know I dropped the ball and all that, but we should keep doing some more tunes and then, like you said, when it's all.
Yeah, I found the exchanging tracks is the least.
Like it's good for just demoing it up.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
But it's the least fun.
Yeah.
You know.
You don't. Yeah, it's not the same vibe. But then you realize that's how most albums are made.
Well, these days I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get the LA horns hit now.
Yeah, and you add people, and it's it was funny because I did so much of that, and I still do it, and it's just one way of doing music. And so I look at these pop stars, and I'm like, yeah, I know how that album was done.
Have you been doing the live playing with Joey, like live on the internet?
I tried to, but we had the first session we did with Joey and Carl and I,
Yeah.
and I could only hear Joey, and so this is how the track went: 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. He is trying to lock in with me, and I'm 3 seconds, milliseconds behind.
Right.
And so the milliseconds started adding up.
Didn't you say it's
quickly.
improved a bit?
Yeah, it's a lot better now. Well, did a session with Carl and Kelby and Susanna.
Nice.
That
That
was
went good.
Yeah, well, it's just like Kelby and I can play together now.
Right.
It's just the latency kind of got they've been improving it.
Oh, okay.
Of course, you got to pay for it now.
I noticed that they sent me a thing about I can. So how much is it to join?
Well, you can get by with just like $4 or $5 a month. But I've got the $20 one because I'm teaching on it.
Yeah. The best thing and I bet it's better for teaching, isn't it, than
Yeah, well,
using
I
FaceTime?